Exactly there, Skip. And we're actually here. It's the place to be at Patrick D. But it's a very special reason. The month of August is Sports Medicine Month. So we are here at the Highland Clinic, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Dr. Birkin is joining me. And Dr. Birkin, I mean, I guess we got high school football starting. So this is sort of a start of the season for you guys as well, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's interesting because we all get really excited about football season, right? We're all big fans. But the bad part is then we got to take care of some of these athletes that get hurt. So, but that's what we're here for, and we're here to take care of it.
So your specialty is what?
Foot and ankle surgery.
Foot and ankle surgery. So is that one of the most common things that you see whenever it comes to, let's just say high schoolers, for example, when you see them come in, is that one of the most common types of injuries you see?
Yeah, absolutely. So we see a ton of ankle sprains, especially during football, volleyball, and basketball season, just because lots of moving parts and uneven ground or landing on people's feet. So lots of ankle sprains and broken ankles, and that's probably the most of what I see.
Are there things that students or anybody that's involved in activities like this, extra precautions they can take so maybe they will not wind up having to see you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, in any sport with any injury, appropriate warming up before starting the competition is really important. But, you know, when it comes to ankle sprains, for example, I usually recommend for competitive athletes that are in field sports or playing against someone directly that they wear ankle braces or tape their ankles to try and prevent any type of rolling injury to them.
Interesting. And you yourself, you actually have had an interest in this for a while because you played football, and you played football at Rice, you told me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I played at Rice University, and I kind of have like the standard story, right? I was an athlete, played football, I got injured a lot, had a bunch of surgeries, and that kind of led me to being interested in helping other athletes get back on the field, and that's what led me to orthopedics.
Sort of like my story with weather. I didn't like thunderstorms, and I decided all of a sudden let's get interested in weather. So again, we appreciate it. We're actually here for today. Again, it is Sports Medicine Month. We're going to be talking about some different topics as we work our way throughout the rest of the day as well. So we'll be back here coming up in about 25 minutes or so, and we'll continue our conversation here for you this afternoon. Back to the studio.
And yeah, pretty cool, Patrick. I know that one of Dr. Birkin's colleagues, Dr. George Byram, I'm going to be showcasing one of his clients coming up next.
Exactly right there, Skip. We are live for you this afternoon. We are at the Highland Clinic, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and we have Dr. Birkin joining us right here. And earlier on, we were talking to you. This is a busy time of the year, perhaps getting ready to get started for you all.
Absolutely, yeah. School's just started. All the new sports are starting. You know, we got football, we got soccer coming up, we got volleyball. So, you know, glad the kids are getting back into sports, but with that comes some injuries.
And you yourself got interested in this because you played football in college.
Yes.
You went to Rice.
Absolutely.
And how uncomfortable are you being in this room right now that has LSU stuff all in it?
Yeah, this is we need to tone down the purple and go just a little bit.
You can't see everything in the shot, but there is LSU stuff all around this room. Even Joe Burrow over there doing this on the wall right over there on that side. So again, real quick for you, anything preventative people can take sometimes to maybe not have to worry about getting an injury or decrease the chances?
Yeah, absolutely. So plenty of warming up before sporting events. And this goes for the athletes that are playing high school ball now and those of us like us that are doing weekend things, right? Lots of warming up, stretching, and things like that to try and get your muscles ready so that you don't have avoidable injury.
Okay, so we're going to wrap it up. We actually have a second interview, so come on over here right now. So yeah, I have somebody else here. And so she's never going to let you on TV again if you keep that up. So we actually have here Paul Butts, and so that is... We have somebody at work in the interview right on the set right now. Her name is Courtney Butts. Any relationship?
Oh, well, you know, I'm happy to say that is my wonderful wife. And, you know, she's always told me I have a face for radio. So.
Did you actually say that, Courtney, is a face for radio?
I don't. He's lying.
I don't deny it. You know, Patrick, don't compare to you or Alex or any of those other guys at the station.
Okay. So. Does she like peppered beef jerky?
Well. You know, she does. She likes it a little bit. You know, peppercorn, she loves it. You know, teriyaki, we're getting a little bit too crazy.
We got to wrap up here, though. Congratulations to you. But I have been told you did not do the cake pop revealing or anything like that here.
No, I didn't. You know, it was for the people at the station. I mean, look, I could have made the cake pops, but I don't think they were edible for anybody.
He definitely helped.
Okay, Courtney, I had to do it. Got him here on television. He did help. Oh, she said you helped.
Oh, yeah. No, I actually dumped them down, and then from there, it was very minimal. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Courtney, anything else you want me to ask him? We've got to wrap it up, I'm pretty sure.
You know, what did you say? Pick up some bread on the way. Pick up some bread on the way. No. Yeah, I mean, maybe talk about knees and hips. Oh, is he frozen?
I think the place to be with Patrick D. We are here at the Highland Clinic Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and we are here talking about, sports injuries, what they do here. And we actually have Dr. Houts come on in here with me. And look, I haven't even had a chance to talk to him. He's been busy so much, he literally walked up to the door 30 seconds ago. So, Dr. Houts, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, tell me just a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in this and in the practice?
So I've been here at Highland Clinic for 14 years now. This will be my 14th football season. I'm a sports medicine doctor, so I see a lot of these types of injuries with football players. This is our busy time of year.
I figure it probably is. And what's usually for you? I know I've gotten a comment from another doctor, but I'm curious for you. What would you say is the most common thing that you see as far as the injury is concerned?
Well, in fact, today I've seen several young athletes that have had knee injuries.
Really?
So sometimes it's a contact injury where another football player may collide into their knee and cause some ligament damage or maybe even like a meniscus injury. Sometimes it's just the athlete planting their foot and then the knee doesn't really want to kind of support them as much as it can.
So for you, do you see a lot of, whether it's high schoolers or do you see a lot of college students or what?
It's a variety. So, I mean, I had a college basketball player in here earlier today. But a lot of times around this time of year, we're seeing a lot of the high school athletes.
And I know obviously we're making a comment about seeing that age group, but I'm also curious, how many of the people you see here that are in their 40s and their 50s and their 60s and maybe they don't realize their body's not quite the same too?
We certainly see some weekend warriors. I saw a gentleman just a few minutes ago that said he plays on a travel softball team and he's about 51 years old.
Yeah.
And he has a knee problem. And so, to try and keep those people active and engaged and being able to participate in sports is a big part of what we do also.
And final question, because we were joking earlier with Dr. Birkin, he likes rice. So I'm assuming you like LSU?
I do. I went to medical school and undergraduate school there, so I'm a Tiger through and through.
I was curious because we go into these exam rooms and we were actually in somebody else's earlier and it wasn't his, full of LSU stuff, and so is yours as well. So excited about the season?
I am. I'm a little bit nervous about tomorrow, but we'll see. Hopefully the good Tigers come out on top.
That's right. Okay, everybody, the place to be with Patrick D. for you live here today. We're at the Highland Clinic Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. We'll send things back to the studio.
All righty, thanks, Patrick.
Okay, the place to be with Patrick D. Everybody, here in Shreveport, we are at the Highland Clinic Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Dr. Byram is joining me this time around. We've had a chance to talk to a few of the doctors here, and it's Sports Medicine Month. Yeah. I guess, like I've said with everybody I've interviewed so far, this is sort of the kickoff of y'all's busy season, perhaps a little bit, isn't it?
No doubt. Time of year we greatly look forward to, not because of the injuries, just because it brings us all back together.
Yeah.
Athletic trainers, coaches, teammates, everybody. So it's a good time of year.
So this time of the year, you probably are seeing a few injuries already because, I guess when they got back, they started doing practices outdoors and people maybe not have gotten acclimated to doing things. So have you already seen a few patients come in here?
Unfortunately, we have, and it's just a part of the season we're in. Preseason practices leading up to the games, even workouts. People have everything from ACL tears or ligament tears to just wear and tear on their body. So yes.
What's your specialty?
Shoulder and knee primarily.
Shoulder and knee primarily.
And elbow.
Okay, shoulder, knee, and elbow as far as your primary areas that you focus on. And I guess, too, it's not just always about high school students or college students. I'm pretty sure you see some people that got 30, 40, 50, 60 years of age that probably push themselves a little too much.
That's really what's neat about my practice is that we see the 16-year-old athlete that tears his knee up, and then you see mom or dad, and then even maybe grandma or grandpa for an injury or arthritis or whatnot. So it's kind of the gamut of seeing that knee's life from the beginning to the end, stages.
And I'm making a bet, though, with technology, what you're able to do in the recovery process is getting a whole lot better and maybe even shorter.
It seems like every year they're coming out with something grander and more wonderful and things that allow us to allow our patients to recover faster and make their life easier and makes the surgery easier and recovery easier.
One final question for you. This day and age, you don't necessarily have to be referred. You can make an appointment yourself.
Yeah, 788-4623. don't need a referral. You can come right on in, call. They'll make you an appointment. One of the few places around that don't require a referral.
Very nice. Okay, Sports Medicine Month, everybody. We've been here today. The place to be with Patrick D., the Highland Clinic, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. We'll send it back to the studio.
Alrighty, thanks, Patrick and Dr. Byram, for that update.
Place to be with Patrick D. Today, we are here at the Highland Clinic, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic for you here, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so great. So that's why we're here. And actually, this is Dr. Birkin, and Dr. Birkin is here with me to talk a little bit about Sports Medicine Month, and that is the month of August. And I guess appropriately enough, we're kicking off football season, high school football season, and that sort of leads into maybe a semi-busy season for you all here?
Absolutely. So, we help cover a lot of the sports teams here in the area. And football season is one of the busiest times for us, unfortunately, just because football is so many players, lots of impact, and so we do see a lot of injuries involved with that. But yeah.
Yeah. So what's the most common type of injury that you usually end up seeing?
So for me, I'm a foot and ankle specialist. So the most common thing I see is ankle sprains. So I see ankle sprains and a lot of ankle fractures. That's what I deal with mostly during football season. I'm just curious, is it sometimes because of accidents happen, maybe athletes, weren't fully prepared for it? Because, it takes, they're going from practice for summer, then practice, and then they're full steam into football. Right, exactly. It's always hard to prepare for that full steam, going against somebody, another team that you don't like instead of your buddy that you're practicing against every day. So, getting up to speed for that, lots of stretching and warming up before games. And then one thing that you can help at least with ankle sprains is wearing ankle braces or taping your ankles if you're going into an athletic event to try and prevent that.
So I see people do things like that, and I guess maybe sometimes on their knees. I always think they're already injured. So maybe some of them that's preventative rather than after the fact.
Exactly, and we don't always see, especially at the high school level with knee braces, but some linemen you'll see wearing knee braces for preventative reasons because they can help prevent knee injuries in linemen. But yeah, so at least with the ankles, yes, they can be helpful in preventing injury.
Very interesting there. Once again, Dr. Birkin here. We are at the Highland Clinic, Orthopedics and Sports Medicine location here for you, and wrapping things up here with Sports Medicine Month. And yeah, he's probably going to see a few extra people here coming up here this fall. We'll send it back to the studio. The place to be with Patrick D. today, Highland Clinic, Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Because why? It happens to be Sports Medicine Month for the month of August. But also, they're probably about getting ready to get a little bit of their busy season going on. Dr. Burkett is joining me right now. And you've been doing this for how long?
I've been with Highland Clinic for 5 years now.
5 years now. And so your specialty is?
Foot and ankle surgery.
Do you believe that that's the number one injury as far as maybe when it comes to football?
It probably is the highest number as far as ankle sprains go. With foot and ankle injury, we probably don't see the most surgical injuries from that, but we probably see the most injuries, and people always have mild ankle sprains or fractures, things like that. Probably the more surgical injuries that we see from that are ACL injuries and knee injuries.
And you said you've been doing it now for 8 years. You're in an area here, lots of high schools, and do you see sometimes maybe more of the inexperienced kids just getting started, or could it be any of them, you think?
It can be any of them. And some of these injuries, and we talked about a little bit earlier, like what can you help prevent, and can you warm up, and can you do things like that? And the answer is absolutely yes. But then there's some injuries that are they're just going to happen because you're playing a fast sport that hits hard and things like that, and injuries come from that occasionally.
So you see a variety of that. And I guess it's just not football. You see from basketball, volleyball, all wide variety of sports.
Absolutely. So, yeah, because, coming up in the fall, right, you got football, basketball, soccer, volleyball, lots of moving injuries and contact, rolling and people stepping on feet or coming down and landing awkwardly, so lots of injuries from all those.
And maybe not always just sports, could be other things also. Could be somebody out hunting sometimes, walking a long distance, or climbing a tree stand.
Hunting and Christmas lights are actually things that we see a lot too.
Okay, so anyway, folks, they can take care of your needs there. Once again, the place to be with Patrick D. today here at the Highland Clinic, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. The place to be with Patrick D for today actually happens to be here at the Highland Clinic, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. And we're here because basically it is Sports Medicine Month, and we're wrapping up the month of October. And ironically enough, it's also the start of maybe y'all's, I say busy season, like they have holiday shopping season. Busy season for you all. This is Dr. Houtz. And let's talk a little bit about that. Football season starting up. Am I correct? Is it your busy season?
It is. And it's just now getting started. The kids are getting into jamborees starting this evening, and the real season's coming next week. And so we've already, unfortunately, seen a good bit of injured athletes as the football season is going.
And I guess the practices, they're getting back into the routine. Maybe
Yes,
they weren't in their perfect routine just yet, and that might mess it up a little bit.
It is, and then some are even coming off of previous injuries in the spring, and so we're trying to get those athletes engaged back into their normal routine and their normal activity with their football teams.
Now, you've been doing this how long?
14 years.
14. What got you into it? I'm just curious.
Well, I mean, like a lot of orthopedic surgeons, I used to play high school sports. I played football and soccer in South Louisiana. And so it kind of gave me an interest in treating athletes like I do now.
Interesting there. And so you're in the season, but maybe too, do you see people that might not necessarily be traditional sports? Maybe it is people that use the term we talked earlier, weekend warriors, or at the same time, it might be that person that's out walking a long distance that might be hunting out somewhere, climbing a tree stand, things like that.
Absolutely. It's funny that you bring that up. I've had several patients with shoulder injuries today asked me about when they could shoot their bow again. And so you definitely have to figure in hunting season to all the other sports seasons whenever you live in North Louisiana.
You may have to turn around and say, it might be time to get a crossbow.
Oh, that is true.
that is true. With it. And I was just curious that if that was the case as far as seeing different types of injuries. I'm assuming that people this day and age, they can get in touch with you all up here, get an appointment. From what I understand too, you don't necessarily have to be referred these days.
That is correct. You do not always have to be referred by your primary care doctor. You can just call up here and get an appointment in most situations. And we take all sorts of insurances.
I've done that exact thing myself. Got in here, didn't have to get referred. Anyway, the place to be with Patrick D today for you. Again, celebrating Sports Medicine Month at the Highland Clinic, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.